Hello everyone, hope you are well on this Thursday afternoon. We are almost into Friday, y'all. And right as I start this video, I see a guy walking, along the sidewalk over here. He's just carrying a golf club. Look like I'm not sure what kind. He's carrying a golf club kind of up against his back a little bit, like it ain't so obvious. Hey, I hope that's for self-defense. Anyway, I may have to find a different spot because this place is busy, y'all. I got 50 spaces around me and somebody parks beside me every time, right? Oh well. My door is locked and I have protection just in case. Always be aware. They will lash out. That's my theme on this one. The left, well, not just left, the uber left, the unstable left are going bananas, y'all. And I'm kind of enjoying it. I have to admit, I really kind of enjoy it. I'm going to talk about that and another thing. Also have a terrific passage, and I might do two passages that you will like. They're really good ones. Stay tuned for that. But real quick, before I go into they will lash out, and while we need to keep prepared, we need to keep aware, definitely, and keep prepared. But one little note from a video yesterday, I had some interesting comments because of my video, the subject matter of my video yesterday. And you haven't watched it yet, check it out. There's a 50-50 chance that you agree with me. And that's okay. It really is. Hey, and Mrs. Dawg doesn't agree with everything I say. So if you don't agree with everything, that's totally fine. That's probably the good thing. If you agree with everything I say, there's probably some kind of issue. That's probably not good. That's probably not a good thing, y'all. But anyway, I was voicing my displeasure with one of the very, very few things about Trump. And let me be clear, I agree. I mean, the man's been in office, I don't know, not even, since the 20th? It's not even been a month yet, has it? And I agree. I mean, he's done so much. He's done way more than was done in the last 4 years, So I agree with 98% of what the man has done and said. Okay. And we have to be careful saying what he says is one thing, what he's doing, let's judge his actions more than his words. But he doesn't typically bluff a lot now, but he is the art of the deal, no doubt about it. So But anyway, my point is owning Gaza, clearing it out, and like making it beautiful and all this kind of stuff. I'm not on board with that. I don't think I don't know. I'm not on board with it. It's just, I don't know what it looks like. I would need a lot more information, see how this thing plays out. But what I'm really not against, the biggest thing, what I'm not against is an occupation of United States forces, personnel, people, citizens in that region of the country. I mean, that region of the world, I think is folly. I think I don't think that's a good idea. I'm not on board with that. But like I said, I agree with, 98, 97, 98% of what's going on. So, okay. So I want to make that clear. I mean, I think we should restart. If we're going to rebuild something, I mean, there's a lot here to start with first, like Western North Carolina, like Los Angeles, Louisiana, Ohio, parts of Ohio, Hawaii, Florida, other places that have been just devastated by natural disasters. Just in the last year, there's been a lot, right? So I think that's where we should start first. And I'm totally fine with freezing all foreign aid. More on that in a minute. But the left is absolutely flipping out, y'all. Their rage has unbalanced them. Their rage has unbalanced them. Let me know. That's a quote from a movie. Let me know if that rings a bell and what movie that's from. It's an older movie. I don't know if anybody catch that one. I'm a nerd like that, y'all. I'm a nerd. But anyway, his assault, Trump's assault, and his team's assault on corruption, waste, fraud. Federal government has just been this bloated bureaucracy of freaking evil, y'all. And they've been using our taxpayer dollars, our money, to absolutely fleece us into oblivion. Face-ripping inflation, spending money, printing money, billions of dollars on stupid stuff. All right. This Doge and Elon Musk, man, keep turning them loose. I'm okay with that. Going line by line, federal spending, and just slashing, man. Slash and burn. I was watching a Fox News interview with Caroline Levitt, and she was kind of going over some of this stuff earlier today. She is on fire, man. I mean, just, he made the right choice on press secretary, because that young lady, she's like 27 years old, and is sharp as a tack, I'm telling you. And she was going through this too. I mean, she was like, yeah, we're slashing. I mean, the American people have been taken advantage of long enough. It's got to come to an end. Thank you. I mean, we're just out here trying to make a living, man. We're just out here trying to make a living, go to work, throw coffee down our neck. I know I say that all the time, but that's really what we do. That's what we do. Take care of the family, go to the doctor. We want some insurance. We want to try to stay healthy. We're trying to save a little bit for a little bit of a retirement, not have to work till we just drop dead. It ain't much to ask. It ain't much to ask. And they're blowing millions and billions in these agencies. I mean, they're slashing CIA, FBI, talking about the Department of Education, giving these people notice, like, you can resign now. By the way, that's not a bad deal. 8 months of pay plus their benefits for 8 months, y'all. If I was offered that, I'd probably take that deal. Find something else. I mean, really, not a bad deal. But and this USAID and all this, oh my goodness, we've talked about that. But the ones that are screaming the loudest really tells you a lot, on the left. It tells you a heck of a lot. That gravy train of corruption and assault on the citizens is they see an end. They see that it is coming to a screeching halt. And the Trump train is coming through and running right over it, man. Running right over it. Fast speed, man. Turbo speed. Man, it's something else to watch, y'all. The scamming of us, the U.S., is coming to an end. At least that's the way it looks, and we hope and pray. But, and I think, I talked about inflation, but I think if you took away the credit cards, y'all, we'd be looking at the very least, a silent depression. I really do believe that. People are in bad shape, and it's not going to turn around quickly. So we need to keep preparing for sure. But and then this, the majority of Americans obviously and voted for this too, to freeze foreign assistance. This foreign aid and assistance, our dollars going into overseas and into the sky to who knows where. And this bloated bureaucracy, man, coming to an end. Please do. Hopefully we can we need to benefit from that. I mean, dang, what are we gonna? I mean, I know that floating the idea of erasing the income tax. Do something. We need something. We need some relief. And then on top of that, the mass deportations, they're freaking out, freaking out about that. We were talking about this last night, Miss Dawg and I, and and one of the arguments is like, well, who's going to pick the fruit and the farming and the landscaping and all that kind of stuff? I mean, we got plenty of people here. They need to work. They better work. I mean, it can get done. I mean, they're going after the criminals first, and I think that's the main target. I mean, realistically, somebody made a good point in the comments. How are you realistically going to deport 40, 50, 60 million people? It's not going to happen. I think the main thing is to get rid of the gangs, the criminal elements, the cartels. I think that's the major thing. Okay. And that's, you got to look at it realistically, right? By the way, is the Epstein list going to get revealed? That might happen, y'all. That might happen pretty soon. That might be interesting. Woo. They nervous about that one. A bunch of them are going overseas and not coming back. Extradite their behinds. You know what? And men are going to play men's sports. If you're going to play a sport and you're a man, you're born a male, you can only play men's sports, not women's sports. I mean, what kind of punk is it? People do that, And women are going to play women's sports. But I believe they're going to take it to the streets, y'all. They already are. You're seeing these big demonstrations and yelling and screaming and waving every other flag in the world except the American flag. No. Nope. And I'm waiting for him to put something down. I don't know if he can do this in an executive order or not, is to make it unlawful to burn the American flag. I don't know. Or deface it at least, But they're already in the streets. I believe that's going to increase. And I think the people that have been in power, that have been fleecing us and assaulting us, with this waste and corruption and sticking it to us, they see this coming to an end and they're getting scared. And I think a lot of them, especially the ones that have power, are going to coalesce and really organize. They're gonna put their organizing big time out there, kind of like we saw, back in 2020 or so. Especially as we head into spring and summer, I think you could see some stuff. You could see rioting. You could see looting. Maybe you might be able to. Now, it'll be interesting. But I think we need to really keep our heads on a swivel. Be careful. And and this is a big deal too. I work in a blue bastion little town. Not real little town, but it's surrounded by red now. If you get out in the rural areas, out where we live, more rural or semi-rural areas, definitely red. But where I work, very, very blue. And I overhear a lot of stuff, y'all. I overhear a lot of stuff. They are pissed. And they're pissed at us, too. Because we voted for it. Of course we did. If you have sense, you did. And I think they are going to lash out. So we need to be careful. Just your looks, just by what you wear, you could be a target. You really could. What you wear, what you drive, how you carry yourself, you could be a potential target. So I'm just saying, depending on where you are, it might not even depend. It don't matter where you are anymore. We just need to be aware of what's going on around us all the time. Okay. Hope that makes sense. It's starting to get dark. It has. I'm gonna go do a passage here, y'all. It has been a week and a half. I'm a little later than I usually am making videos, and been getting home later. This dog too, man. It's been, the last 2 weeks or so has been doozies. A doozy. So bear with me. Like I said on the emails, y'all. Whoo, bear with me. I'm not saying don't email me, please. By all means, I like hearing from y'all. I do. And I look at every I don't know if I miss any comments. I look at every comment. I do. I promise. But y'all see that, I believe. Y'all see that. Okay, here we go. First one, Exodus. Exodus chapter 14, verse 13. When the sea divided. But Moses said to the people, do not fear, stand by, stand strong, and see the salvation of the Lord, which he will perform for you today. For the Egyptians whom you have seen today, you will never see them again, ever. The Lord will fight for you while you keep silent. He will fight for us. We are faithful and stay close to him. He will fight for us. He has us. Even when it looks awful. Even when awful things are happening. Going over to 2 Chronicles, chapter 15, verse 6 and maybe 7. Nation was crushed by nation and city by city, for God troubled them with every kind of distress. But you be strong and do not lose courage, for there is a reward for your work. Amen. We keep aligned with him. Make spiritual prep your first prep. And then from there, we're going down the line. You know, food, water, security, medical. Oops. But anyway, let's be careful. Let's be safe out here. Stay close to Jesus. God bless y'all. I'll see you soon.